Champions League is topical as well. The draw came out and we were all pretty excited about it. We've all got our Champions League package and we've got our tickets and we're on the verge of it. And I must admit, I'm looking at some of these ties and I'm going, some of these ties, as we've been saying since the balls were drawn, were eminently winnable.
Yeah, I think so. I think if Celtic have any ambitions of being a proper Champions League team, then you have to look at those games and think, right, we're not here to make up the numbers as we usually are. We need to be thinking about a reasonable points haul here, and it starts this week with Slovan Bratislava. I don't want to be complacent about it, certainly not, because we know what can happen in the Champions League. We've seen it so many times over the years, but we don't beat Slovan Bratislava at home, don't deserve to be there, quite frankly. We need to be looking at that as a real opportunity to take 3 points, because after this game, just the way the fixtures have fallen,
it's tough, isn't it?
It's 3 very, very hard games in a row. I think it's Borussia Dortmund, Atalanta and Leipzig, all 3 in a row after this. So I'm not going to do that thing where you say, oh, we need to win all your home games, because that's very difficult as well. There's no easy games here, but we need to be taking points against Slovan Bratislava,
especially in the opening game, Melly. Celtic, we all know about the European nights at Celtic Park, and they are special. And especially those opening nights, those first Champions League fixtures, there'll be players there when that music hits. Then they know they're at a big club. They know they're playing proper football in the proper Champions League, and the wee ball things out. Everyone's wiggling it, and the music starts to go. And you're like, right, okay. And the noise for the stadium, you just want to get out there and absolutely batter Bratislava, because the crowd is a real advantage. I know it's a bit cliche to say it, but Brendan Rodgers spoke about it loads on Inside the Huddle. It's just like the energy given by the crowd is what spurs the players on, which feeds the players on the ground, and you just don't feel that electricity anywhere else apart from Celtic Park on Champions League nights.
No, you don't. So why I've always adamant that Scotland's not enough for Celtic to be dominating. We need to go into Europe and do that. I was raised on stories from my dad about European nights at Celtic Park, and yes, you'll have the beatings of Rangers, but every other great memory I have of Celtic is European nights and going into those games and getting results when believe, but it shouldn't be possible. And I think with this one, it's the same when you think back to the Man City game, and there's a video on Twitter that's just the noise when that is going on. You can barely hear the Champions League music. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. I love it. It's what it's all about. And I think going into this game, it's the first time in a while that Celtic are going up against a team sort of below their level in the Champions League. Before, in the last couple of campaigns, we've been pot 4 seeds, and you're playing teams like Shakhtar, and you're going, they're a Champions League team. They're always there. They're a good team, but maybe we can try and beat them, and it hasn't worked out like that. But with this team, it's a team that they're the sort of minnows of the Champions League. They've barely qualified for it. They're in there, so they deserve to be there, but give Celtic a chance to win their first Champions League opener. I don't think we've ever won the opening game in the Champions League, so it's a big opportunity for Celtic. We're going into it in perfect conditions. There's no injuries. We're on good form. We've not conceded a goal. Everything's set for a great night at Celtic Park. It's not going to be easy. We're going to need to fight for everything. We're going to need to play well. Probably going to need to adapt a wee thing. I don't think we can sort of go as maybe gung-ho is maybe the wrong word, but we might need to just be a bit more structured. But we're in a great place, and even if things aren't going the way we want them to, at least we've now got options on the bench.